what's up, fellas? How you doing, man? Antonelli here. Okay, so today we're talking about foreign substances. How are pitchers trying to hide it? Are they trying to hide it? We had an example a couple of nights ago. But before we get into that, essentially, where pitchers have typically put foreign substances are on their hat, on their glove somewhere, or on their belt. So now umpires are checking at the end of certain innings the hat, the glove, and the belt. So Diamondbacks pitcher Caleb Smith was just suspended 10 games. He was ejected a couple of nights ago for having pine tar inside his glove. We're going to show you kind of where he put it in a second. Now, certain people are defending him. Others are saying that he definitely did it. We're going to break that down here now. And I'm not accusing him of doing anything illegal, even though he's been suspended and was ejected. I'm just giving you my opinion based on the facts that we have. Okay, so here are some of the questions that I received from people online. The first thing is, it wasn't on his pitching hand, it was on his glove. Okay, so first, that's how you use it. You're not going to put it all over your pitching hand. You're going to put it somewhere else so that when you want to use it, you can get a little bit of it on your finger. So those spots, typically, you've seen it before on the hat. We've seen a couple of guys kind of put it on their neck, but that's a little bit obvious. So you'll see a little bit on the hat. You'll see it also on the belt buckle. So I know you can't see me, but just go down to your belt buckle, get a little bit on your fingers like that. And then on the glove, what we've seen is pitchers putting it somewhere on their gloves. We've seen it here, we've seen it here where a pitcher catches the ball. You know, they're just kind of going here real quick, or before they catch the ball, get a little bit on their thumb and fingers, and they can go like this and then grab the ball and go. So what happened in this case was the pine tar was inside the glove in here. So what pitchers can do if the pine tar is in here is you have your hand on the glove, right? You've got some pine tar on your fingers, and now when you want to use it, all you've got to do, and you've seen pitchers do this a bunch of times, they'll take their glove off, they'll take a ball, they'll kind of rub it up like this. So now you're able to apply some of that pine tar or whatever substance it is to the ball. And now we've got it on there. But also, if I have it inside the glove, especially up here, it's much tougher for an umpire to find, right? So the hat's easy to take the hat off, they look at it. The belt buckle, right, they go here, they look at it. With the glove, usually they'll inspect it real fast, just kind of look around, but it's a little bit tougher to see pine tar if it's up there. Now they did find some up in that area, and that's why he was ejected. Okay, so another thing I got was that he didn't go to the ball very much. So people that were watching the game or went back and watched his outing, they said he didn't go to the ball very much at all. Now here's the thing. Every pitcher's going to go to it a different amount of times, right? And so just because he didn't grab the ball and rub the ball up a lot, it could mean that he wasn't using anything. But it also could be that maybe, you know, umpires are watching more closely now. So maybe he just said, I'm not going to go to it unless I need to, right? So big situation, runner on base, 2 strikes, got to get the guy out. Maybe that's the point where you go to it. If you go to it every single pitch, especially now where umpires' radars are up, opposing teams' radars are up, everyone's looking for this stuff. You can't just be going to it every single pitch. Again, not saying that this is what he did or didn't do. I'm just saying that even if you don't see the pitcher going to it a lot, doesn't mean that he won't eventually go to it when he needs to. Okay, so the next thing I got was that he was on deck during the game, so he could have gotten some pine tar from the bat onto his hand, then put his hand into the glove when he went out to pitch. Now I've got experience using pine tar, all different types of pine tar. Here's my thoughts on this. When you're using pine tar, you're not going to get it all over your hand, so you're just covered in pine tar, right? You're just going to use a little bit, right? Then you're going to grab the bat. So when you're done, and I use batting gloves, but I've swung bats barehanded with pine tar. When you're done hitting, you don't have pine tar all over the place. Your hands are a little bit sticky, but there's not just globs and globs of pine tar everywhere. Now, even if for some reason, right, he's a pitcher, he has let's just say he has no idea how to use pine tar, how to apply it to a bat, and let's just say he's got, lots of pine tar on his hands, right? Don't you think if that was the case, that he would go and clean that off before going to the mound to pitch. Every pitcher in the league now knows that umpires are looking for pine tar. So I don't believe that he could have gotten a bunch of pine tar in his hands, right? Again, I explained why you wouldn't even get a lot, but let's just say he did have a lot. I find it really hard to believe that you wouldn't then go and just wipe your hands off so you don't have that and you don't put it in your glove, and then the umpires are going to check that after the inning. It's just not a very smart idea. Okay, the last thing that I got was that people said it's illegal now, so why would you ever purposefully use it? It makes no sense. You're going to get ejected and suspended. Couple thoughts on this. One, steroids are illegal. They've been illegal for a while. You still have players getting suspended for steroids. So some players have tried to find ways to get around it. Some players have just continued to use it and been suspended. So when steroids became illegal, it's not like every player was like, okay, can't use steroids anymore. A lot of players said that, but there's plenty of players that continue to use it and have been suspended because of it. So I don't know, just because it's illegal, pitchers are all of a sudden going to say, okay, not using it anymore. Again, I'm sure plenty of pitchers have done that. But there's certain pitchers that have found success with it, that have used it a lot and feel like they can't really pitch well without it. And so if you're one of those pitchers, I'm not saying he's one of those pitchers, I'm just saying if you're one of those pitchers, you're going to try to find different ways to hide it so that you can use it. You're not going to be as blatant as maybe you were before. But I don't expect every pitcher to say, okay, not using any of it anymore. I'm sure there's guys that are continuing to use it, maybe using a little bit less, being more discreet with it, trying to hide it in different places, but they're still using it. And again, I'm not saying that that's what Caleb Smith did. I'm just saying that I've seen from experience players try to use stuff that was illegal. All right, so that's all I got. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, give it a thumbs up, all that good stuff. We'll talk to you later. If you've enjoyed this video and want to learn more about building the elite swing, check out our new course. We have over 2 hours of content, almost 30 hitting drills. We break down the exact mechanics that you're going to want to implement into your swing. I've put the link in the description if you want to go check it out.